Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester United 2. That's how the game has ended down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, with United taking a lead, with Jadon Sancho scoring the first goal in the 7th minute. Marcus Rashford doubled the lead towards the end of the first half. That was the 44th minute. And then Pedro Porro came in through, pulled one back in the 56th minute. And then Song Hyun-myun in the 7th minute leveled the game. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. I know it's really not one of those games that you'll go all out to really even think about as far as this game of football is concerned, that we've gone ahead to drop 2 points away at Spurs, because in the first half, we really looked totally in control of this game. That's it. We were so much in control of the game and we just gifted away this win, because in the second half, looked like Aaron Wan-Bissaka's side had turned into an avenue. We couldn't defend, and we know what Tottenham Hotspur does best. Their team, it's a team that doesn't use the midfield. They use the wide areas to really explode towards the final third. And I think we just got it wrong a little bit, because we saw the likes of Anthony not tracking back, and obviously very many combined factors costed us this game. Smash the like button, comment and share. Rock and David is my name. But this season, in the top 6, we are the worst team that's going to have to collect least points away from home. We've seen teams go away at certain teams that really collect points there, but United has not gotten a result that has 3 points from the top 6 teams, and we have not. This is our first best result away from home from the top 6. We first played Man City 6-3, Liverpool. Liverpool beat us 7. Aston Villa also beat us 3-1. We lost to Newcastle 2-0. Then we lost to Arsenal 5. We lost to Arsenal 3-2. And away at Tottenham Hotspur, we've drawn 2-2. So it shows you that this season, away from home, our performance has always been abysmal. And I think it had to really haunt us back tonight. And you just couldn't see this happening in the second half. However much it said that 2-0 is the best and worst result at halftime, but I never saw us really not going to score a third one, because I thought that we could put like 4 goals past Tottenham Hotspur, and I think that could go into our favor because the chances were there. Bruno Fernandes missed it out, but let's not forget that in the first half, we would have gone ahead to kill off this game. We would have gone ahead to kill off this game of football, and we found ourselves in a position of not killing it off, so that costed us on the night. And when you look at Tottenham Hotspur, they came into this game having lost 6-1 away from home. That is, Newcastle beat them 6 in their previous game. So I found it so much touching that we couldn't capitalize onto that and humiliate this side, because we had all what it takes. At the first half, we had everything at our disposal that could really annihilate this team, and we failed to kill off the game. And this is one of the things that is happening again, all coming back to us in a space of like 1 or 2 weeks. Against Sevilla, we scored 2 goals in the first half. We could have gone ahead to score 5. And second half, things turned against us. The same applies to Tottenham Hotspur game. We went ahead and really scored 2 goals. And then we couldn't really maintain our lead or extend the lead to 3-0 or 3-1. And yet the chances were there in plenty for us to go ahead and really do the needful onto them. So the only difference is that the game of Sevilla was at Old Trafford, and this game has been away from home. But I cannot come out and really not select some of the players of United, because they've gone ahead to capitulate and obviously do the needful and crumble to really lead us going into this. But again, you just have to be thankful for this point, because we've gone ahead to hit 60 points this season. 60 points. We are left with just some 3 games. If we can win all our games at Old Trafford, then we are going to find ourselves in a position of really going to the Champions League, because it doesn't really look easy on the eye for everyone who knows this game of football, because mathematically very many teams can come in through, but we can really go ahead and really win our 3 games at Old Trafford. And obviously, Aston Villa is coming to Old Trafford. That is on Sunday. Then Wolverhampton Wanderers will have to come to Old Trafford on 13th May. It's also going to be, I think, a Sunday. Then Fulham will also come at Old Trafford on the 28th of May. So those are the 3 games. Oh, there is even Chelsea. So we are left with 4 games at Old Trafford. Fulham, Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Wolverhampton Wanderers. If at all we are to base by the form of Old Trafford, those are 12 points in our bag. If at all we play very well and we win those games, we are already into the mix, into the top 4 position. So I don't find ourselves not qualifying for the Champions League. I know there are some United fans who are outside there afraid that we might not qualify for the Champions League. But even if we lose all the games away from home, that is Brighton, West Ham, and Bournemouth, those are the 3 games we are left to play away from home. Even if we lose all of them, of which I believe we are not going to lose all of them, I think the hardest game is against West Ham, because Brighton looks like they are trying to really give up on what they've gone ahead to do the needful and obviously play in. But let's talk about Marcus Rashford finding himself on the score sheet again, putting into another goal and an assist today. I think that's really a very huge performance coming from Marcus Rashford. And he has scored his 29th goal of the season, 16th of the Premier League season, and it's just 4 goals left to hit 20 goals this season. And I think in the Premier League, if Rashford hits 20, would have gone ahead to score very many. But obviously, he has 29 goals, and he is just 1 goal away from really hitting 30 in his entire season at Old Trafford. So I think he's having a very tremendous season. But let's talk about the player who scored the first goal, Jadon Sancho. To me, he's a player that people are not keeping a good eye onto, but he's really doing lots of works for the team of Manchester United. And if at all you've gone ahead to see him play, he's really a player that puts in a shift left, right, and center. Every time you want the shift, Sancho will provide one for you. And I'm not even worried of his projection at Manchester United. I think his trajectory is really increasing game in, game out, and I think he has gone ahead to score his 5th goal of the Premier League season. It was like something that I thought was going to happen today for him, because I was talking about him on I think the second last video I did today on this channel. In the video section, I talked about him and I said he's really one of those players that you think can go ahead and really hit 10 goals this season, and now he's left with just 5. And I think he can get those 5 the remaining games of football that we're going to play in the Premier League. We to find himself back on the score sheet, because and so to me, it comes to my understanding that Ten Hag is doing a very wonderful job on Jadon Sancho, and seeing him on the score sheet is something great to see to it, that we find ourselves in a position of really haunting our enemies. Though we never got the result we wanted, but I think there are positives that you can pick out of this game, and the negatives are going to be tackled on a little bit later. Now, let me show you a little bit of how this game of football really went down as far as stats we are concerned. 18 shots by Tottenham Hotspur, 17 shots by Manchester United, 7 shots on target by Spurs, 8 shots on target by Manchester United, 40% ball possession by Spurs, 60% ball possession by Manchester United, 383 passes completed by Tottenham Hotspur. United completed 592 passes, 81% passing accuracy by United, 86% passing accuracy by United, 8 fouls by Spurs, 7 by Manchester United, 1 yellow card to Tottenham Hotspur, 2 yellow cards to Manchester United, 0 red cards to Manchester United and to Spurs, 2 offsides to Spurs and 3 offsides to Manchester United, 6 corners to Tottenham Hotspur and 8 corners to Manchester United. That's what it was all about when the game of football was played for the entire 90 minutes. And now let me go a little bit into your comment section in there for you and see what you guys are really telling us. Alfred Kennedy Nyibigira, all is the coach to blame. The subs are... Guys, to me, I think one thing Ten Hag did was to delay to take off Ericsson. That's it. But I think he got the subs right, because for Bissaka, they had turned him into an avenue. And he saw to it that when Dalot switched that side, we never got any threats coming from that side. And I think Malacia came on through and put some bit of stability on the left back position. And I think when Fred came on, Martial came on, Malacia came on, those 3 substitutions, I think we found ourselves in a position of really getting back in the game again. But guys, we're no longer into that game of football if at all you are to go back and really read through it positively, because in the second half, about Eriksson's intensity, and he couldn't really do the needful and really stop the attacks of Tottenham Hotspur, because Eriksson mostly helps us when we're having the ball. When we're not having the ball, Eriksson is useless. That's it. So I think also Fred came on through, but when Fred came on through, he also had a very bad game. He made close to 6 or blind passes in that game. So I think he pressed the right buttons, but the team really let us down. That's it. That's it. And I think it was not luck on our side to win. Bruno hits the post as he faced the goal. No sooner when Pedro Pero pulled one back for Spurs. If he scores that third goal and he doesn't struck the post, I think we're in a better position to kill off the game. That's it. But we never had that chance to kill off the game because the post denied us from really getting ourselves into a position of really winning that beautiful game of football. But I think, to me, the subs were okay. But he delayed to make them. And my only complaint is, why did Anthony have to stay on the pitch for all that long? Because in the entire 70 minutes he played, he had nothing to do. Why don't we get a little bit of Pelestri into the mix and see what he has to offer for this team? Then Robert Negron, awful second half. Subs change the tempo. But I don't know how you guys watch this game. Before the subs came on through, Spurs were all over us. That's it. Before the substitutes came on through, around the 60th minute, Spurs were all of us. That's it. Spurs were running all of us, left, right, and center. That's it. But when the subs came on through, we came back into the game, but we couldn't really score. And it comes to my understanding that Ten Hag did the right substitutions, but he delayed to take off Eriksson. I think Eriksson was supposed to be taken off around the 50th minute because he was not so much in the game and he couldn't really help us anymore. All else would have told Bruno to play into the double pivot and put Eriksson into the central attack midfield area. That would have been a perfect change for me. But obviously, the subs changed the tempo of the game. That's it. To the positivity. And we would have killed off this game early enough. That's it. Our problem, we are the ones to blame. We would have killed off the game. That's it. Wayne Fraser. Fred was terrible. That's it. Very, very, very terrible. He gave away very many balls, looking terrible and very bad. Then but for Kanwise, Eric Ten Hag costing United by being so suspicious on Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Guys, let's be so much appreciative of what Ten Hag did. Aaron Wan-Bissaka second half was bad. Let's all accept. There are things that happen that we have to go on and really admit to. You might be loving Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but the first half he played was decent. He needed to be taken off the field of play, because what if he fell himself into that tackle and obviously got sent off? So Ten Hag knew what it meant to a player like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because he was more further than how he did. That's why you saw to it that when Dalot played there, everyone criticizing the subs of Eric Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag did the right substitutions, guys. To me, all the substitutions were right. To me, the only player that deserved to come on was Facundo Pelestri. I believe instead of bringing on Weghorst, he was supposed to bring on Pelestri to go for the game. To go for the game and obviously create a lot onto the right attacking side of the midfield, because we lose out on getting Bruno out of the central attack midfield position and you deploy him on the right wing. We lose out on him a lot. So I think it would have been better for Ten Hag to have brought on Pelestri. I think the subs that Ten Hag made, the only substitution I never agreed on is bring on Wout Weghorst. That's it. Then I know Mkishawili, I call upon all United players to improve on their mental. Yeah, that's it. Because Ten Hag fronted the best team. He brought the best tactics. We created chances. We couldn't kill them off. You know, Rashford got almost 4 chances and scored only one. So Sancho had to score. Bruno had to score. So Casemiro got a header towards the end of the game. I think sometimes you can come on and really blame the players, but sometimes it's all about not having luck on your side. That's it. And respecting the visitors that we went ahead to visit, that is Tottenham Hotspur, because they were coming in from annihilation of 6-1. So I think we had all what it takes to kill off the game, but we didn't. And this is what we've always been calling upon from the players of United, that let's kill off the game. And Ten Hag is going to go ahead and really talk about it into the post-match press conference, that we had the chance to kill off the game and we didn't kill off the game. That's why the game went that way. Malacia cost us again. Vegas is very slow, but Ten Hag favor him. To me, for Pelestri, I think he needed to come on the field of play to play some minutes. That's it. He offers a lot going forward. He tracks back very well. And I think he is really great amidst his low center of gravity, but he's a very good player. But I think Malacia, for the second goal, Malacia is in transition. You know, that ball is headed back and it finds the entire defense in transition, you know. So I think who is to blame for the second ball, for the second goal? I think it's all about Harry Kane making a very good run, and that interception made in at the center half by the player of Spurs just finds us in a position of not closing down very well. So unless otherwise, you would have called in for Malacia to make a foul. I think that would have been great if at all you're really making that call. So the problem with Fred is not always consistent, and today Casemiro was off. Oh, Casemiro played very well. I don't agree with that Casemiro was off. Casemiro was not off. Casemiro played very, very well. To me, he's one of the best players at the field of play. You know, he never lost any duel. He made interceptions, the blocks required. His passing was magnificent. Casemiro was very, very decent today. And I think he's getting back to the Casemiro that we had towards the time when he was really red carded in the game of Southampton. I admit, ever since he returned, he had not played a game like he had played today. Today, he played one of his best games ever since he returned from that suspension. Then for Fred, I think we now all know why Ten Hag has not been bringing him on. He's really, 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 really badly off. He's really badly off. And his inconsistency is one of those things that I really want him to be solved. That's it. Then Prince Odion, Martial is a problem to United, and something I don't like the way our manager makes. Eriksen does not need to go out for this game because our backside we are not. But Eriksen does not defend. We lost the midfield and we could. Eriksen does not help you when you're having the game. You're not having the ball. When you're not having the ball, Eriksen doesn't help you. That's why, to me, I think we are really having a very huge problem with Eriksen, because he's a good player and you cannot find a way of really getting Bruno out of the team and play Eriksen into the central attack midfield area. So you need to keep Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes on. And every time we are really being attacked a lot, Eriksen doesn't help us. So to me, I think it's all about Ten Hag getting the best sign that he deserves. That's it. Then Martial is not a problem. How is he a problem? How is he a problem? I think every time he comes on through, you see how good we play. And the reference he gives us and the composure in front of goal. You know, I think when he comes on through, we play better. But the problem was, even before he came on through, I think before Martial came on through, we were attacked a lot than when he came on through. You know, we had lost shape before he came on through. And when he came on through, I think we got back to shape. But the problem is we couldn't really kill off our chances. Then David, be sincere, Fred's game was very poor. Fred was very bad. That's it. Fred, as I told you, Fred was very bad. I'm hitting about on this, I think, on the second time. Fred looked ugly. Fred looked very, very ugly, and he had a very bad display on the day. I know Mugisha Luke Shaw was my man of the match. Shaw and Lindelof played very well, because those goals we concede, you don't blame them on any of those, you know. You don't blame on any of those. And I think we should just find ourselves really defending better, and obviously not seeing those crosses coming in through into our side. Then Ongom Andrew, the second goal came through mistake from Malacia through his poor marking. don't blame Malasia onto that goal because we are in transition. You understand? We are in transition and that ball is headed back, you know? So I think we just found ourselves in a position of really being transiting because David De Gea gave it a kick and it never reached where he wanted to be, and then it was headed back. So unless otherwise wanted Malasia to really foul Harry Kane, that's it, you know. But I think we can do better next time. Prince Odion Bisaka don't have to go out. Ericsson don't need to go out because of the condition of our backside. But you talk about, does Ericsson defend? Does Ericsson defend? Ericsson cannot defend. That's it. Ericsson cannot defend. And Bisaka had to go out because they had turned him into an avenue, that's it. They couldn't go past him, but he was even losing out on possession. Yes, I think that's why Ten Hag really made that call. And I think we don't concede because of that side, Martial was not needful on the pitch. Then I doubt the game of football they're really watching. The chances that we got in the second half when Martial got on, did you notice them? Did you notice his movement? Did you notice his movement? Did you notice his passing? I think it was top notch. Against Timothy, the problem was Anthony in halftime. To me, I think we lost balance onto the attacking sides. Anthony was really bad. Anthony Santos was really bad. And I think Ten Hag just kept him on the field for so long. And I really felt bad when I saw Sancho being taken off the field of play. I thought that Anthony was the first player to be taken off the field of play. And I don't know why Ten Hag really loves Anthony a lot to that level. Anthony today was really off and he never really required to play all those minutes on the field of play. He was never required to play those minutes. We need to talk about Martial, guys. For him to leave us, we don't, guys. This is the player that makes the team of United play better. And Eric Ten Hag has gone ahead and really told you that he loves him and he's a player. And secondly, what people don't understand is that, do you think Martial was on the pitch for United not to score 3 or 4 goals in the first half? Was he the reason as to why we conceded? Was he the reason as to why we failed to score goals? Did he get a clear-cut chance and fail to kick and fail to really put it off? No way, So let's not take the blame to Anton Martial. That's really a weak argument, according to me. We should really raise in huge arguments that can really raise matters of concern. Richard Rua, the way you protect Ten Hag, you don't solve the problem. No. Today, I think Ten Hag had his game well. Puts out a team. It gets very many chances. Well, to me, it's Ten Hag. Ten Hag is not the problem. He brought in the best lineup. We had to kill off the game, but obviously we found ourselves in a positions of really not killing it off. Now, why should I go ahead and really blame the manager for the work that the players have not yet done? The players followed the orders of the manager. They executed everything very well. They found themselves in a position of really scoring, and they couldn't score. So why should I go all out onto Eric Ten Hag and really slate him? Let's be considerate, guys. Let's be considerate, and let's all go for what we should really be. Let's all go for what we saw in the game. We have to improve. Otherwise, other teams are after the top 4. And one thing you don't know is that United has been performing away from home. we haven't beaten any member of the top six away from home. So you are pretending like we've gone away and really gotten results from teams that are in the top six. Let me remind you the teams that are in the top six and how we've performed away from home. Arsenal on top of the table, they beat us by 3 goals to 2. Man City, they beat us 6-3. Newcastle, they beat us 2-0. Tottenham Hotspur, we've drew 2-2. Then there is Aston Villa next to Tottenham Hotspur. They beat us 3-1. So this is our best result, away from home when you are versing the members of top six. So we would even have gone ahead and really appreciate this point that came in through, because we've been losing to the top six members, But the beauty is that we are having 4 games to play at home. We win those 4 games at home, we are having 72 points. When you look at Liverpool, what is the Premier League table? Let me throw in the Premier League table here and show you. When you look at Liverpool, Liverpool have gone ahead to play how many games? Liverpool have played 32 games and they are left with Well, guys, my internet is really having issues, so I think you have to bear with me. Then Prince Odion Ericsson is not a defender, I agree, but the middle was poor. That is why they get chance to get back. But we even considered the first goal when Ericsson was on. So Ericsson had nothing to do every time. Ericsson has nothing to do in that on the field of play. If at all you are not having lion's share of the possession, that's it. Let's agree on what Ten Hag did. And Ericsson is not the kind of player that will go ahead and retell that we run So, guys, I'm not blaming Eric Ten Hag, and I want you to know that I'm one of those people that will always come out and really call out Ten Hag when he does something wrong. And today, I think he deserved Facundo Pelespi onto the field of play. No need to bring on Weghorst, because when you get Bruno Fernandes out of that team and you play him into the central and you play him out of the central attack midfield area, I think it costs us as a team. So, guys, thank you very much for checking through. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in the day. Good night.